into the lesson.
Okay, we'll get right into the body. Any questions? Okay. Now, so I am going to remove what I don't need here. All right, let's see how we get along here. All right. After the world of Atzilut emerged, we have a sense. We talked about the world Atzilut being built from Gar, the upper three of the world of Atzilut was made from the Galgat Einaim of Nikudim, Gar of Atzilut, the upper three of Atzilut, against the upper three Gar of Nikudim. Yes? Zone of Atzilut against zone of Nikudim. But from zone of Nikudim, there's a problem here. Zone of Nikudim went through the shattering. Galgat Einaim in it, and Achap in it, connected and they shattered, and because of that we have Galgat Einaim and the Achap within them that has Galgat Einaim, and there's Galgat Einaim within which there's Achap, and Achap. From the intermingling of Galgat Einaim and Achap, we have four parts in this intermingling. From Galgat Einaim now, zone of Atzilut is built in Katnut. From the Achap, we know that comes to us only the stony heart that cannot be used. The Achap within it has Galgat Einaim within it can be used. How? If I will not use the Achap part, I'll write it like this. Achap. I do not use it. I'll make a correction so it will simply be silent in me. Then I can use the Galgat Einaim within it, and the Galgat Einaim in every place. It's like the world of Atzilut. So this is like the world of Atzilut. Galgat Einaim. Now it turns out that there's the Achap, where I have 2, 3, and 4 of coarseness, because from the Achap of 1 and root belongs to Galgat Einaim. So if in the Achap of phase 2 of coarseness I built something from Galgat Einaim, this will be called in me like the world of Atzilut that I created in the Achap of 2 of coarseness. So I call it the world of Bria. Instead of the world of Atzilut, that's what I call this world. If in the place of the Achap of phase 3 of coarseness, I can build within it from the Galgat Einaim that are here in this whole world, like the Atzilut, and it I will call the world of Yetzirah. And the same, when I build of the Achap of phase 4 of coarseness. When I neutralize this fourth phase of coarseness, and I built in the Galgalta Einaim a world, being like the world of Atzilut, we'll call it the world of Asiya. That's it. So I get 3 more worlds here. How do I take them out? I take them out in a very interesting way. From above comes the light. Because from below I have records. And this light, wait, let's explain this simply. Sorry, this is too much. I have records from Galgalta Einaim, from which I build the Galgalta Einaim of Atzilut. In the records of Galgalta Einaim that are in the Achap, those records ascend to Zon of Atzilut, and what happens? These records, first of all, of the finest of records, that's in Galgalta Einaim of phase 2 of coarseness, rises to Galgalta Einaim of Atzilut. What happens? Zon, by this, ascends 1 degree. They want to supply vitality to this record, so they rise 1 degree in place of Abavima. In the place that Zon rose to Abavima, Abavima also rise 1 degree in the place of Arichanpin. Since Arichanpin are asking from Arichanpin, it rises to the place above Atik, and when they're asking from Atik, it rises also higher up to the Chazeh of Sag. If anyone wants to know to where. And then the Zon of Atzilut, when they became like Abba and Ima, truly equal, because the lower one that rises to the upper one becomes like it, then they can give birth to the world of Bria. And the world of Bria, because it stands in the place of Zon, stands in the place of the permanent Zon. And then we have, and this is called the world of Bria. Then we have the raising of the records from the Achap of phase 3 of coarseness. And then we ask for records. From Ein Sof comes the force, and it raises the world of Bria above, where the world of Bria in place of Zon, it becomes in place of Zon, and it rises to Abba Nima, and then Abba Nima can give birth to what? To who? The world of Etzira. So it turns out that the world of Bria remains here, and the world of Etzira stands from Chazeh of the world of Bria to below the Parsa. That's the world of Yetzira. And then the same is done, and the world of Asiya is made. This way, 3 worlds were born in us, the worlds of Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. Yes, ask. As much as I can, I'll stay here, but yes. This is part 16 in the study of Ten Sfirot, the last part of the study of Ten Sfirot.
Why did the world of Yetzirah came out of the Chazeh of Bria and Asiya from the end of Yetzirah?
Okay, it's a question. I'll tell you. This is too much with us. So I will have to draw this differently. First, we will draw the world of Atzilut. Okay, so we can draw it with this. We have, let's say, Atik, Pe, Arich Anpin, Pe, Abba and Ima, and Zon, Tabur, Zon. Now, Zon stand such that Zeranpin stands in all of its stature, and Malchut stands here besides it and up to the Chazev Zeranpin. This is Zeranpin, and this is Malchut, which stands from the Chazeh of Zeranpin. When they ascend together, this is how they remain. They ascend, and here remains the place of Zeranpin and Malchut. So Zon that are here, Zon in the ascent, and this is already Abba and Ima, and this is Arichanpin, and this is Atik. Yes. So they give birth to the world of Bria. So the world of Bria stands in the place of Zeranpin of Atzilut. But when the world of Asiyah comes out, I'm sorry, this is the world of Bria. It is against Zeranpin of Atzilut. But when the world of Yetzirah emerges, it comes against Malchut of Atzilut. And the relationship between Malchut and Yetzirah is like the relationship between Malchut and Zeranpin. From Bria Yetzirah is like from Malchut and Zeranpin. And what has below? What do we have here below? Here below, there is the place for the worlds, for the revelation of the worlds of Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiyah. So Malchut takes 4 sfirot from Zerah Anpin, from its Chazeh downwards. Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. It clothes upon 4 sfirot, and that's why it's called Dat. You know, in books where you want to write, in place of the hey, we write the word Dat with a little tip on it. Yes, when we want to say in the place of the Creator or God, we have 6 sfirot from Zerah Anpin, and there we have until the Chazeh, and below the Chazeh. Therefore, we have Yetzirah here, which is 4 sfirot, and 6 sfirot here below the Parsa, which are exactly until the Chazeh, the place of the world of Bria. So the world of Asiyah, when it's born, expands here in its 4 sfirot until the Sof of the world of Bria, and 6 sfirot until the Chazeh, to the place of the world of Yetzirah. Below this place, we already talked, it's called the chapter of the shells, or the department of the shells. And above this place is considered the field of Sabbath, the area of the Sabbath. The place of the shells, or the klipot, is called 14 sfirot. Yes? And from here, Bria, Yetzirah, Asiyah. This is how the 3 worlds emerged. And this is the state of the worlds when they were born. This is the worlds of Bia, the birth of the worlds of Bia, of Bria, Yetzirah, Asiyah. We have that? Then we have several additions. We have a special illumination from above as well, besides from below, an addition. There's a certain development in the world of Ein Sof called an awakening from above. Itauta del Ila, or an awakening from above. And this awakening from above has several manners. One manner that comes and fills all and raises all the 10 sfirot, the worlds to 10 sfirot. That's called the first ascent. The first ascent. And then, from here onwards, the worlds of Abiyah were made for us. Yes? This is the world of Asiyah. This is the world of Yetzirah. And this is the world of Bria. And this is Zon. And here is Abba and Ima, Arechanpin, Atik. This ascent is called Hey, or the 5 of the 6th day, which means that Adam Rishon, the world, was created on the first day. Yes? And then we have a development from the first day. There was evening and there was morning, the first day, second day, third day, and so on, until the 6th day. On the 6th day, the ascent of the worlds before the Sabbath begin to happen. Because on the Sabbath, there should be the final correction. What is it considered the ascent of the worlds? A light from above comes, which collects all the worlds, all the souls, everything to itself, to within it. It wants to raise it to Ein Sof. When does this ascent begin? From the 5th hour of the 6th day. If we were to take the whole 6th day that starts from the evening, from the sunset, from the emergence of the first stars, on the 5th day and the night, so 5 hours in relation to the night starts to be the 5th hour of the 6th day. These relative hours, if we were to divide the whole night to 12 parts, so from the 5th part, it's called the 5th hour of the 6th day. In such a state, there begins to be the ascent of the worlds. This is what's happening with us right now with the final correction and the coming of the Messiah here in our world. We are in this process. So all the worlds begin to ascend. And when they start to ascend, in the first ascent, on the 5th hour at night, meaning of the 6th day, and then we have the second ascent, which is considered the ascent of the twilights, if you will. Bein Arbaim. This is the first ascent, and this is the second ascent. Again, from the 10 Sfirot, let's say, it is considered Bein Arbaim, between the Arbaim is called, it's where it's still Friday, but it's already starting to be Saturday. It's like between this and that. You can't really distinguish between if it's Friday or Saturday. It's like this twilight. It's the in-between. It's like the evening and the morning that are kind of intermingled to such an extent that you can't distinguish between them. Then we have another special ascent in which all the worlds rise to Atzilut. What does it mean to Atzilut? Above the Parsa. If this was this way, then a person would reach the final correction and the whole matter would be okay. However, something else happened here in the middle. On the 6th day, before there was the second ascent, Adam Arishon was born. Who is Adam Arishon? We spoke about how in Malchut of Ein Sof we have Malchut of Ein Sof. We have a middle point where all the discernments we have around it are light. It's simply light that comes and builds all kinds of discernments until it reaches a state in which it builds the Malchut of Ein Sof, where this Malchut of Ein Sof is a desire to receive. And such a desire to receive that it doesn't know nor feel and doesn't want anything, or it can't be impressed by anything besides pleasure. There's pleasure, it enjoys. There's no pleasure, it suffers. That's it. It cannot feel who the pleasure depends upon, what it depends on, how it's like that. One way or another, to him, everything is how to incorporate himself in this discernment that's above him. If we learn that Malchut of Ein Sof began to feel where the light comes from, the light comes from the Creator, and the Creator wants to give her, and she feels shame, then that part that feels shame performed the restriction and does not want to receive. But there's another part there that doesn't even feel that it did a restriction. It didn't do a restriction. Receive, didn't receive. It just feels pleasure. Let's say animals, beasts. Take some cat, it just wants to enjoy. That's it. He doesn't understand what bestowal is. He doesn't understand anything. Go teach him. Meaning, there's such a layer in the desire to receive that it cannot feel the giver. And therefore, it is disqualified from the matter of correction, because it can't be corrected if she doesn't feel. If she were to feel shame or feel some negation from her state somewhat, but if she just feels either pleasure or none, there's nothing to do here. Because the entire correction is from feeling godliness, from feeling the giver, feeling the landlord and wanting to be like the landlord, to take care of the shame. You already can't receive his presence of the landlord, but somewhat we need to do something. And if we don't feel the landlord, and we don't feel the giver, the pleasure, but just that's before him, but only the one who gave him the pleasure, then part of the Malchut of Ein Sof is simply disqualified from correction, and you can't do anything with it.
This is the stony heart?
Yes. If so, then maybe we don't need to correct it. If it's impossible, it's impossible. No. Why do we need to use it? Because it is certainly against the Creator. Just like the Creator is totally, totally bestowing, this part is totally, totally receiving. And only from it, all in all receiving, if I were to feel it and be in it, and I will be it, and nevertheless, if from within it I will feel the Creator somewhat, then that is where I really will feel Creator. Whereas in the rest of the things in which I can incorporate and to want to be like him, not to want this way and that way, in them I won't precisely be opposed or opposite the Creator, and then in my correction I will not come to the height of the Creator. Should I repeat, or was that clear?
Yes.
There are many layers in the desire to receive. In each and every layer of the desire to receive, there's a certain sensation of the bestower, the landlord or the host. The host made a salad for me, fish, meat, bread, fruit salad, all kinds of things. In accordance with what I feel from what he did for me, according to the feeling of the host and how much he loves me, accordingly, there's maybe a feeling of shame, a feeling of gratitude, but I feel some connection with him. Meaning, where do I feel the host within my desire to receive? I feel him out of it being rooted already inside this desire to receive something from the desire to bestow. Because the desire to receive was built by qualities of bestowal of the Creator. It's from the light came out of the Creator, from the desire to bestow. And when he started to build this desire to receive gradually, the Creator also has the desire to receive. Within this desire to receive, there's something from the bestower that doesn't yet reach the end. Until it's already on the lower layer, you already feel you don't feel the bestower whatsoever, and you feel only the pleasure or no pleasure. So in all my desires that are above this central point, where I feel the Creator, there's some part there within the desire. It goes to desire that nevertheless there's some understanding, an understanding of what the bestower is, what altruism is. Whereas in this middle point, there's no true feeling of the emanator. There's no feeling that it can even be such a thing like a bestowal. And because of that, this place is incorrectable. It cannot be corrected. And the fact that I correct all the rest of the desires besides this central point, I correct it actually at the expense of the Creator. Because he, to begin with, entered inside the desire to receive his desire to bestow. And then in all kinds of variations, all kinds of works that I do, where I'm already the desire to receive and desire to bestow together, I scrutinize this is the desire to receive, this is the desire to bestow, this is the quality of the Creator, this is the quality of the created being. But because to begin with, there's in my nature sparks of bestowal, then even if I correct them, I can't precisely reach the height of bestowal because they're already in me, and I'm not in resistance, in contradiction to them. Anything that we scrutinize, we can scrutinize in contradiction, in negation of something. The darker it is, the more light it will be. The more black, the more it will be white. And if I already have a mixture between black and white, desire to receive, desire to bestow, even if I correct it, I won't reach the degree of the Creator truly where it's only desire to bestow. I'll reach a state where the desire to bestow in the Creator is mixed already with the desire to receive towards me, to give me. No? All right. It's not too bad.